Have you ever found yourself just staring at a task, a deadline, anything, knowing exactly what you need to do, but you just can't? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. So in this explainer, we're going to lay out a practical blueprint, a real strategy to break that cycle of procrastination for good. Let's get right into it. Okay, this is probably the most important thing to get. That feeling you've been calling laziness, it's not some deep character flaw. It's just a signal. You see, it's a trap, and it's a trap that's been built by the world we live in. So let's just agree to stop blaming ourselves and start understanding the system we're up against.
So what exactly is this trap? Well, it's pretty much our entire modern environment. Our lives are almost perfectly engineered to kill discipline. I mean, think about it. From the phone that's always in your pocket to the endless stream of entertainment just a click away, we are constantly being pulled toward the path of least resistance. Just recognizing that this is by design is the very first step to breaking free.
All right, first things first, let's diagnose the problem. We're going to call it the laziness trap, and we're going to figure out exactly why you feel so stuck. And just look at this list. Does any of this sound familiar? That endless scrolling on your phone that somehow leaves you more tired than when you started? Or that just 5 more minutes loop that turns into an hour? And of course, the biggest lie of them all, I'll do it when I feel motivated. You got to see, these aren't just a few bad habits, they're the very bars of the cage we're stuck in.
And that last point from the previous slide, man, this is a big one. We get comfort and rest mixed up all the time, but they're basically opposites. Binge watching a show? That's comfort. It's this passive escape that just numbs you out, drains your energy, and almost always leads to feeling guilty later. But true rest, like taking a walk, reading an actual book, or meditating, that's an active recovery. It actually restores your energy and gets you ready for action.
Okay, so now that we understand the trap, let's talk about the truth about discipline. And this is going to require a pretty fundamental mindset shift. This right here, this is the whole game. We've all been led to believe that we need to feel motivated before we can act. But the truth is the complete opposite. It's the action itself that creates the feeling of motivation. We also have this idea that some people are just born disciplined. Total myth. Discipline isn't a personality trait you either have or you don't. It is a skill that you build, just like any other. So, here's the bottom line. Discipline isn't about feeling good or being perfectly ready. It's the skill of doing what you know you need to do, even when every single part of your brain is screaming later. It's all about taking action in spite of that resistance.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get to the practical stuff. This is your blueprint, your strategy for getting unstuck, the 5 rules of action. Rule number 1 is a game changer because it kills procrastination right at the source. Do not wait for the perfect mood or the right feeling. Just start. Seriously. Do 1 push-up, open the document, and write 1 sentence. That first tiny action is what gives your brain the evidence that the task isn't so bad, and that's what generates motivation. Remember this, momentum beats motivation every single time.
Rule 2 is all about engineering your own success. See, your environment has a massive influence on what you do. Our brains are wired to take the easy way out, so use that to your advantage. Make laziness harder than discipline. By adding a little friction to your distractions, like literally putting your phone in another room, you're working with your nature, not fighting against it. Make the right choice the easy choice.
Now, this one might sound a little intense, but stick with me. It's about rewiring your brain. When you intentionally choose small, voluntary hardships, like a cold shower or pushing through a tough workout, you're teaching your mind that you are in control, not your temporary feelings. Every time you do this, you're building mental toughness. And that self-respect you earn, well, it's priceless.
Real self-discipline is built on a foundation of self-trust. And how do you build trust? By keeping promises. You have to start small, I mean tiny. Promise yourself you'll read just 1 page of a book. Then keep that promise. The key is consistency, not intensity. And hey, if you slip up one day, it's okay. Forgive yourself, but make a rule. Never, ever miss twice in a row. Every promise you keep is another vote for your new identity as someone who follows through.
And the final rule? This is the one that brings it all together. It's an identity shift. So when you're at a crossroads, when you have a choice to make, don't ask yourself, what do I feel like doing? Ask a much more powerful question. What would the person I want to become do right now? You don't become disciplined by waiting for it to happen. You become disciplined by acting like you already are. So, you put in all this work. What's in it for you? What's the real payoff for all this effort? Let's take a look at what you actually gain over time. You see, discipline compounds. At first, yeah, It's going to feel slow. It's going to feel forced. But after just a few weeks, you'll start to notice your energy levels are actually higher. After a few months, your confidence and your self-respect will have grown like crazy. And the ultimate goal? The real prize? You start to trust yourself again. It feels slow, slow, slow. And then, all of a sudden, you realize you're a different person.
All right, we've analyzed the trap. We've laid out the entire blueprint. The time for thinking is over. Now it's time for your first step. And I don't mean tomorrow, I mean right now.
I'm completely serious. Right now, as you're listening to this, stand up. Break out of that passive state of just consuming information. Just the physical act of changing your position, it's a small act of defiance against inertia.
Okay, now that you're up, I want you to do one hard thing. It doesn't have to be big at all. Do 10 push-ups. Go put your phone in another room. Send that one email you've been putting off. Just pick one small, slightly uncomfortable action.
And listen, don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. This is your first kept promise. This is your first step out of the trap. This single action is where the change actually begins. So go on, prove it to yourself.